Thank you, Rob. This will be a brief reflection. It is good to clink with you all virtually, knowing that we are all made of the same stuff. Now, while I'm talking, Miss Sandy is going to come to the front of the room to put some of the water that we've been collecting into spray bottles. And I invite other people up to the sanctuary too, to hang out with her while she does that. There will be activity for you very soon. So when I wrote up the description for today's service, I called water communion a traditional Unitarian Universalist tradition. So I noticed that the other day and I had to laugh at myself because I was clearly trying to make a point. This congregation hasn't had a water communion tradition, but I'd like to start one. And meanwhile, last spring, Rob found us a new chalice, which we have been using, but we haven't welcomed it properly. So if you're here in person, I invite you to come up after the service to check it out. You'll see it has two circles. That this design of a chalice is symbolizes our Unitarian and our Universalist traditions. So yeah, it's a beautiful piece of art. So I invite you to take a look at it. So yeah, chalice, that's like one of the most traditional UU traditions. So today is this tradition, we're talking about fire and water. Now, at the end of our gatherings, we respectfully extinguish our chalices. So while I finish up my words, I want to invite the young people of all ages to get a spray bottle from Miss Sandy. And I want to invite you to extinguish your chalice, the one that you lit earlier, by spraying the flame with the spray bottle. You don't have to come up and do this, but it's an option, especially if you're feeling restless. And yeah, I'm going to invite you to just squirt yours and not others. So today, some of us at home lit our chalices with matches, and some of us lit them with a special lighter. Either way, the energy is coming from the sun in different ways. But those of you who use the lighter, the electricity came from the plug in the wall, which came from wires all over Kansas, connecting us to power plants, kind of like lakes are connected to streams all over the state. And Dan is going to put a map up on the wall. So this is a map. I don't know if you can see, there's gray lines there for all of the power transmission lines, where the energy and the fire of the sun is shooting through wires so that we can turn on our lights and charge our lighters. Electricity is the most common, we have lots of different things that generate our electricity in Kansas. And you might be surprised to know that the most common source of our electricity is wind in the state of Kansas. And so this map has the gray lines, but it also shows where there is the most wind and the most potential for more wind energy. So the darker the color, that's where the wind is faster. Coal, wind accounts for about half of our electricity, and coal is about a third, followed by nuclear and natural gas. As a society, we're trying to move away from burning coal and burning other things. There's a lot of fire in the world right now, and so we're trying to get away from making more fire, from burning. It's been the hottest summer ever, and we've been really feeling it. Smoke from wildfires in Canada have made our skies hazy. and we're grieving the wildfires in Maui. And as a culture, we're quick to get angry, to turn our sadness and frustration into criticism. And that's a kind of fire in us that can get out of control. There's a part of the human instinct that likes to burn things down, even when it causes harm. So today we're remembering the love and care of water, and we're using it to extinguish those flames, the flames that we don't need. So this is a practice for you to remember when those moments when fire inside us threatens to become destructive. We can remember the power of water and calm ourselves down.